So I want to talk about Ricky Fowler. So yesterday he was on the first page of the leaderboard at Pebble Beach. And I think he's an interesting player to sort of diagnose in relation to whether or not he's still important for professional golf. Because I think there are, 20, 30 guys that really move the dial, to get people to give whatever tournament is happening on TV their attention. And I think Ricky Fowler is still one of those guys. And, if you compare him to somebody like, Scotty Scheffler or, Jordan Spieth, who's on the first page of the leaderboard right now, personality matters. And I think what we've seen over the last 10 years is these guys at the top who have been able to land sponsor deals have become incredibly wealthy, right? And I think at one point in time, the purpose to get into professional sports was to make a really good living at it, make your money, and then sail off into the sunset, right? So if you're one of these guys who are trying to figure out the new media landscape in professional sports, across all sports, what do you do with guys like Ricky Fowler and Jordan Spieth and, players who used to be great and aren't great anymore, right? Because, if they're not playing well, they're not going to be on TV, right? So it's almost like having a great player, but they're always on the bench because, they're not hurt, but they're just not performing, right? And then I'll conclude with this. There are some guys that might still be able to sell merch. And look, I'm sort of out of the know in regards to how golfers consume or how golfers are influenced by, professional golfers and even YouTubers to buy brands. And if you look at Ricky Fowler, and his relationship with Cobra and Puma, or Rory McIlroy, his relationship with Nike and TaylorMade, or Jordan Spieth's relationship with Under Armour and Titleist, are these guys moving units? I don't know. I really don't know. If I were to guess, there are probably less than a dozen pros who are moving units of shirts and shoes and bags and clubs. And I think that's just, how we've progressed